Hello everyone, myself Monica, working as a lecturer in Microbiology Department, DNR College, Binor. Today I want to share a topic of biological oxygen demand or biochemical oxygen demand. Coming to the next slide. Before coming to the definition, biological oxygen demand. It is also known as biochemical oxygen demand. And the shortcut of biological oxygen demand is also known as BOD. Coming to the definition, biological oxygen demand is the amount of dissolved oxygen needed by the aerobic biological organisms to break down organic materials present in the given water sample at certain temperature over a specific time period. So coming to the definition, in wastewater or given water sample, so in that water sample, so many organic materials mainly present in that water. So in that water sample, by using aerobic or biological microorganisms to break down the organic material present in the water sample by using oxygen. By using oxygen, it is also known as biochemical or biological oxygen demand. And coming to the total BOD is more significance to food webs than to water quality. And the value is most commonly expressed in milligrams of oxygen consumed per liter of sample during 5 days of incubation at 20 degrees centigrade. And it is also often used as a surrogate of the degree of organic pollution of water. So mainly the BOD value is most commonly expressed in milligrams. So coming to the values, so we expressed or we tally that value in milligrams. Okay. And coming to the BOD reduction, normally BOD reduction is used as a gauge of the effectiveness of wastewater plants. BOD of wastewater effluent is used to indicate the short term of the oxygen levels of the receiving water. And normally BOD analysis is similar in function to chemical oxygen demand. It is also known as COD analysis. And that both measure the amount of organic compounds in water. However, COD analysis is less specific since it measures everything that can be chemically oxidized. So in this video, we want to discuss about only biological oxygen demand, that is also known as BOD. So after next video, we will discuss about COD, so chemical oxygen demand. So in this BOD, normally, so we take a wastewater treatment plant, and these wastewater treatment plants, we have to analyze the water sample. So in that water sample, we have to measure the amount of organic compounds in water. Okay, coming to the next slide. Nitrates and phosphates in a water body can contribute a high BOD level. So we're taking a water sample. So in that water sample, we contain a nitrates and phosphates. So what is the main thing mainly present in that water? So nitrates and phosphates are mainly present in that water. So in that water, so heavy content of nitrates and phosphates are mainly present in the water. So it contains high BOD levels. Okay. And coming to the next one, nitrates and phosphates are plant nutrients and can use plant life and algae to grow quickly. And also they can also die quickly. So nitrates and phosphates, using these nutrients, it can grow quickly or use the life quickly, and it also die quickly. And the organic waste in the water, which is then decomposed by bacteria, resulting in a high BOD level. We already discussed, in that water sample, so many bacteria or other organic materials mainly present in that water. So by using bacteria, so we have to degrade or break down the organic material by using the bacteria and by using the oxygen. Okay. And Coming to the next slide. So, is biochemical oxygen demand different from biological oxygen demand? So, in this biochemical oxygen demand measures the molecular oxygen utilized for the biochemical degradation of organic materials. So, these organic or these biochemical oxygen demand can degrade the organic materials. Okay, and the oxygen used to oxidize inorganic materials such as sulfides and ferrous iron, and it also measures the amount of oxygen used to oxidized or oxidized reduced forms of nitrogen or nitrogenous demand. Normally, biological oxygen demand only addresses the oxygen used up by the bacteria to degrade organic substances. Coming to the next one, difference between aerobic and anaerobic decomposition. In this table, so we have to differentiate between aerobic and anaerobic decomposition. So in this aerobic and anaerobic decomposition, so first we observe that element. So first we have to see that C means a carbon. In aerobic decay product, so it can be decomposed by CO2 means carbon dioxide, and anaerobic decay product, so CH4, so it's a methane. So we have to differentiate between aerobic and anaerobic differentiation or decomposition. So in this element we have to observe that so C is present and N, nitrogen, hydrogen, sulfur and phosphorus. So these elements mainly present in this table. So in these elements we have to differentiate. So differentiate aerobic decay product and anaerobic decay product. Okay. Coming to the environmental significance. So in this environmental significance, so we have to test for biodegradability of any sample and strength of waste. So measures the amount of pollution. So first of all, we take or measures the amount of pollution to test any sample and strength of the waste. So important parameters to assess the pollution of surface and groundwaters when contaminations occur due to disposal of domestic waste and industrial effluent. So in this environmental significance, so if we test any sample, so first of all we take some important parameters. For example, so we take the assess of pollution surface on groundwater, whether contamination used by disposal or domestic or industrial effluent. So we have to take or we have to observe that parameters. Okay, and coming to the allow calculation of the effect of the discharges and oxygen resources of the receiving water. So we have also calculate the discharges of oxygen resources and resources from the receiving water. And measuring of the BOT in raw and treated wastewater is a standard practice to evaluate a treatment facility or performance. And coming to the data of BOD test used for the development of engineering criteria, and in this BOD is a biological oxygen demand is also used in engineering criteria. In that engineering criteria, in that engineering studies, we have also studied about the BOD biological oxygen demand in environmental studies also. Okay, and coming to the purification in this point, so self purification capacity of terms. So in this capacity, so we have to self purification of the wastewater or the streams. Okay, and another most important or one most important method is sanitary analysis to determine the polluting power or strength of sewage and industrial waste for the polluted water. Okay, and also it can be measured the amount of a cleaning diluted water. So we have to measure the amount of a cleaning diluted water for successful disposal of sewage by dilution. And we expect, so here normally these are the parameters. So normally BOD standards. So BOD standards can be measured. I already discussed. So BOD standards can be measured in milliliter. So mg per liter. So here most pristine rivers. So here contain so 1 or greater than 1. So and moderately polluted rivers contain 2 to 8, and ordinary domestic sewage 150 to 200, and municipal sewage so above 220. Sorry. And any effluent to be discharged into natural bodies of water should be BOD less than 30 mg per liter. For example, so any discharge in water bodies, for example, we take some factories. So in that factories, so many waste materials have to be discharged in water bodies. So in that water bodies or in that natural water bodies, we have to check the BOD value. So the BOD value should be less than 30 mg per liter in 1 liter. So the BOD value should be 30. Okay, so normally factories or any industries so should maintain the BOD value, and drinking water usually has a BOD of less than 1 mg per liter. So we have to check the drinking water BOD also. So in that drinking water, so BOD value is less than 1 mg per liter. So it is very important. So next one, but when BOD value reaches 5 mg per liter, the water is doubtfully purity. So in case the BOD value so reaches 5 mg per liter, so it is doubtfully in purity. So we have to check the drinking water BOD also, and our any effluent to be discharged in the natural water bodies. So it also be check the BOD value. So it should be less than 30 mg per liter, and drinking water should be less than 1 mg per liter. Clear? And coming to the water quality. So here we discussed about the water quality. So in that water quality, so the BOD level in between 1 to 2. So 1 to 2, that water quality is very good. So in that water there will not be much organic waste present in the water supply. Okay, are you clear? So the BOD level 1 to 2. So in between 1 to 2, it is very good quality, and it is also a purified water. It can be so if we also drink water, we can also drink that water. Okay, and coming to the second one, 3 to 5. In between 3 to 5, so the water is pale or moderately clean, and it means so so 1 to 2 is very good, but 3 to 5 it contains a moderately clean. Okay, coming to the third one, 6 to 9. So in between 6 to 9, the water quantity is very poor, and it is the water quantity is poor but somewhat polluted, and it means so in between 6 to 9, some pollutants or some organic matter is mainly present in that water, and it also contains bacteria and decomposing this waste. Okay, coming to the third one, so greater than 100, so it contains a greater than 100, the BOD value is 100 or greater than 100. The water is very poor, and it is also indicated as very polluted. So it contains, that water contains so much of organic waste mainly present in that water. So this table gives very clear indication of the BOD values and water quantities. Okay, next one, temperature. So based on the temperature, so it also the BOD or based on the temperature, evaluated temperature decreases the level of DO. So DO means dissolved oxygen of water, harming aquatic organisms like fishes, amphibians and others. So based on the temperature, so the DO value also change by and also affect the aquatic organisms. Okay, and also increases the metabolic rate of aquatic animals and enzyme activity. So by effect of temperature, it also increases the metabolic rate. And coming to the third one, high temperature limits oxygen disperses into deeper waters, contributing to anaerobic conditions. And it can also be due to increased water levels when there is a sample food supply. Okay, high water temperature increases plants growth rate. So mainly in this slide, so temperature can also so changes the BOD and DO values, and it also affects the BOD values and also affects the aquatic environments or aquatic animals like fishes and amphibians and other organisms. And coming to the eutrophication. So in this eutrophication, so eutrophication means, so here contains so much of we already discussed so much of nitrates and phosphates are mainly so much of nitrates and phosphates or sulfates mainly dipped in that water, so it contains eutrophication. Normally, when a body of water becomes verily enriched with minerals and nutrients, and which induce excessive growth of algae. So we observed in this picture. So here we observed that some green color and red color algae. So this is the algae, and uh, so in that water we contain excessive growth of algae. So in this excessive growth of algae and may result in oxygen depletion of the water body after the bacterial degradation of the algae. So uh, the effect of the algae, so it may result in oxygen depletion of the water body. So here by using these algae mainly present in the water, so it can also result in oxygen depletion. And one more example is the algal bloom. So one more example is an algal bloom or great increase of phytoplankton in a pond, river or lake or coastal zone as a response to increased level of nutrients. Normally eutrophication is often induced by the discharge of nitrates and phosphate containing detergents, fertilizers or sewage into an aquatic system. So mainly the eutrophication we already discussed the nitrate and phosphates. So by using or discharge. So by discharging of nitrate or phosphate containing detergents, fertilizers or sewage into an aquatic system, so it may be cause an algal bloom or algae. By the algal bloom, it may affect that water or may result the oxygen depletion in that water body. So it is also known as a eutrophication. Okay. So coming to the we already discussed. So in this slide, so we have to discuss we have already discussed in that previous slide. So excess of phosphates or nitrate detergents or industrial domestic runoff and fertilizers, it can cause an algal bloom. By the algal bloom, so the water may be affected and it contains a depletion of oxygen, so decreasing of oxygen in that water body. So by that decreasing of oxygen in that aquatic in the aerobic, so in aquatic animals, examples aerobic microorganisms, aerobic bacteria can suffer by the algal bloom. So it can take that oxygen, did not take the oxygen by using that eutrophication. So it may suffer or it may die the aquatic microorganisms. So these are known as eutrophication. Coming to the higher levels of BOD. So in that water we contain higher level of BOD. So what is the problem? So normally at high level BOD, normally the organisms such as macroinvertebrates that can more tolerant of lower dissolved oxygen. So in that water, so we taking a sample. So in that water, so that contain a dissolved oxygen is low, but some microorganisms, for example anaerobic microorganisms, they don't want oxygen. So normally, so high level of BOD, high level of biological oxygen demand, so mainly that water contains a lower dissolved oxygen. So by using it can also be survive in lower oxygen, lower dissolved oxygen. So for example leeches and sludgeworms can also be survive in lower dissolved oxygen. Okay. And normally some organisms need oxygen, higher oxygen levels. So example caddisfly larva and mammalian lynx will not be survive. So organisms, normally these organisms will not survive where higher oxygen levels. So in that water, so higher oxygen levels are mainly present in that water. These microorganisms or these bacteria did not survive by the cause of higher oxygen levels. Okay, this is about BOD or biological oxygen demand or biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, so thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for listening. Thank you.